What's up, guys? TheArtistV1 here, and as you can tell from the title, it's time for another story. It's story time here today. And before we get to the story today, which is titled The Phone Booth, I know, ooh, creepy. Or maybe creepy, who knows. But first, couple bits of business, of course. You know, that Venmo, that PayPal, that's down in the description down below. We've been making some money the last few weeks. Well, not really. Sunday Night Live, you know, somebody was just like, hey, why can't I donate in the chat? I told them why and told them there's Venmo and PayPal, but they didn't donate. But that's down there if you want to donate a little bit of something, help out with the channel, help out with me, such like that. But if you don't want to do that, if you just want to see something pop up in the video from you or something like that, or an unboxing, something like that, there's also the Amazon wish list. You can do that too. Just let me know if you sent something, because these still don't have a receiver. I don't know who sent these. And if you don't want to do any of that crap, there is the YouTuber-friendly Facebook page down there as well. You can go over there, give me an ad and stuff like that. And I usually post when I go live on there. So if you don't get a YouTube notification, because, you know, you can click a little bell apparently. So yeah, that's all down there. You know, you don't have to donate a lot, but a little bit helps here and there, you know. So yeah, so for today on Story Time, we're going to tell a very, this camera's bothering me. Hold on. We're going to tell a very weird story from back in the day. And this is a 100% true story. Nothing in this story is going to be made up. Back when I lived in North Carolina, the first time, not the second time, me and my buddy, Justice, we were like, what? God, what year was it? Back when I had an age. God, we were young. I mean, we were teens. But one night, he was like, hey, I'm going to, you know, why don't I come over and stay at your place? I was like, right on. So he came over, and we lived in a very fucking small town. So he came over, and I was like, dude, why don't we go to Amano's? And Amano's was like this little Italian restaurant we had in town. And it was popular. You know, it's not there no more, but it was popular. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. So we went up there, and we ordered a pizza. We ordered a pepperoni pizza. And we had this nice lady who was a waitress. And then we realized our money, that we had just enough for the fucking, like, pizza. I mean, we had, like, a couple other dollars for other shit, but we had enough for the pizza. So we told the waitress, like, hey, you know, you did a very nice job with us and everything, but we have just enough for the pizza. You know, we don't have enough for a tip. And she was like, oh, that's fine, honey. Don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. Cool, no problem. I'm telling you this because this is relevant. So, the next day, now we go back to my house that night, you know, we bullshit. I mean, like, our town was so small, we could lay in the middle of the fucking street at 11 o'clock at night and not worry about anything. And that's what we did. So the next day, we had a convenience store by Amano's, the Italian restaurant, and that was Star Mart. Well, right across the street from Star Mart was Variety Pickup. Variety Pickup was a piece of fucking shit. That place sucked. All right? Everybody went to Star Mart. Star Mart was the bomb. Sadly, neither one of these places are there anymore. Well, Variety Pickup is technically still there, but it's a wine shop now. It's really weird. But outside of Star Mart, there was a like old school phone booth. Yeah, it was really odd. And you know, we never really paid any mind to it. You know, we fucking, so we went up to Star Mart, and I forgot what we were getting. I think we just got like 20-ounce drinks or some shit like that. But Justice saw this fucking cap gun, and he just had to have it. I don't know why, but all of a sudden he just had to have this fucking cap gun. It was like $2. He was like, I gotta get this. And I was like, why? He was like, I just gotta get it. So we're like, okay, fine, fuck, all right. So he buys his cap gun, and we're leaving, and we're walking past the phone booth. And as we're walking past the phone booth, we see our friend Eric, because the road's right here. We see our friend Eric in a car just hopping out the fucking window, just like waving at us, like, hey guys, what's up? You know, just fucking around. Justice takes the fucking cap gun, does pop, 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 you know, just blows his cap gun at him. We're just like, fucking funny. Right after that, we hear the phone booth. We hear the phone ringing in the phone booth, and we're like, dude, you fucking hear that? And he's like, yeah, well, you think we should answer it? I was like, fuck yeah, let's answer it. So we go over there, we answer it, and Justice picks it up, and he fucking was like, and he hangs up the phone. I was like, what the fuck was that? And he was just like, he said, don't be shooting that cap gun at people. I was just like, oh, was it Eric? He was like, yeah, I think so. I was like, how does Eric know the number to the phone booth? And he was like, I don't know. You know, so we're sitting there, like, standing there for a minute, like, how the fuck does Eric know the, you know, because we just shot the cap gun at Eric, and then the phone booth rang. And Eric was, like, one of the few people that had a cell phone at the time. This is before, like, cell phones were fucking everywhere. I mean, like, we knew, like, 3 people in all that had a fucking cell phone, you know? So we're just like, how the fuck did he know that number? Nobody knows that fucking number, you know? So we're like, all right, whatever. So all of a sudden, the phone rings again. And we're like, you know, so I can't remember who picked it up next, but I know the response was something along the lines of, very funny, Eric, you know, ha ha ha. And he was like, this isn't Eric. And we're like, click, and we hung it up. This is getting fucking, you know, this is a little odd, you know? Now we just think this is just fucking stupid at this point. Because now we think 100% that it's Eric, you know? So we're just like, what the hell is going on, you know? We hang up the phone again, and phone rings again. You know, I'm like, man, he's really putting a lot of effort into this fucking gag, you know? So Justice, yeah, because I remember Justice answering the phone a lot, because once I finally took the phone, that's when the twist happens. So Justice answers the phone again, and Justice was really big, and still is. He was really big into Insane Clown Posse, you know, and still fucking is. I mean, I can name a song from Insane Clown Posse. He can tell you exactly what album and what track number it's on without even looking. It's fucking amazing. He's like Rain Man when it comes to fucking Insane Clown Posse. So I think this time he picked up the phone and he was kind of getting Eric in the Insane Clown Posse, and I knew a couple songs by him and shit, and I saw the movie at that point. So by this time we're settled on Eric at this point. So he picks up the phone and just yells, "The wicked clowns will never die!" Click, and hangs up. You know? And I'm just like, really? You know? Like, that was your fucking move? So anyway, we're about to leave. We're going back to my house, you know? Phone rings again. I was like, fuck it. I got this one. So I answered the phone, and before I could say anything, it was a gravelly voice on the other end. All right, here's the twist. This is when shit starts getting fucking weird. Okay? Now, let me mind you, the night before we went to Amano's, it was just me and Justice. You know, we went there, we just walked up there. You know, nobody took us up there or anything like that. We walked up there, we ordered a pepperoni pizza. A lady helped us out. And then we fucking walked home. That's it. No problem. So I answered the phone, and it wasn't like a gravelly voice, like, you know, what's your favorite scary movie? It wasn't like that, but it was like a man's voice. And I was like, I think I grabbed the phone and said something like, "What the fuck, man?" Something along the lines of that. And I remember the voice. I'll never fucking forget this. Because, like, I remember my eyes going big and my jaw just doing, and Justice like, "What the fuck?" And the voice said, "This is what happens when you don't leave a tip at Amano's." And I was like, and they hung up this time. And I just put the phone back, and Justice was like, "What'd they say?" And I was like, "This is what happens when you don't leave a tip at Amano's." And his face went like mine too. And I was just like, and he was like, "Eric didn't know we went to Amano's last night. Nobody knows we went to Amano's last night except for us." Now we're like officially fucking creeped out. Like we're just like, because we're like, nobody, this is before like fucking MySpace, any of that fucking bullshit. So it's not like we're posting this somewhere. We're like, hey, we're going to a mine. You know, this is before any of this fucking bullshit. So it's not like we're posting this somewhere where people know where we're going and shit. We're literally sitting at my house like, fuck, you hungry? Yeah, you want to go to Amano's? Let's go. You know, nobody fucking knew. So we're immediately fucking creeped out. You know, we're just like, and we're still standing by the fucking phone at this point. You know, by this point, we should have been gone. We should have left. So we're standing there, like, trying to figure this out. You know? I'm just like, how the fuck did they know? He's like, I don't know. Like, do you think it was the waitress? I was like, it was a dude. It was a straight up dude. There was no way that waitress could have fucking, and why would she be calling the goddamn phone booth? You know? So we're just like, I was like, fuck it. Let's leave. And he was like, yeah, I'm with you. Let's leave. So we start fucking leaving. We leave the fucking phone booth. And we get like, I don't know, we're walking down the street. And we get like out of earshot of the phone. And we start, we're still like, this is really weird. And I look at him, I'm like, I can't remember who suggested it, but the suggestion was, you think we should go back? And he was like, I can't remember who suggested what, but I know the suggestion was, you think we should go back? And I was just like, maybe. So we walked back to the phone. And the phone rang again. And we're like, oh, fuck. So the phone rang. I think, I can't remember who answered it this time. I think it was me. I answered it, and it was along the lines of, I can see you. And we're like, yeah, okay, whatever. That time, we're just like, okay, whatever. You may have gotten lucky with the Amano thing. Well, we're not buying this one. Click, hang up. Phone rings again. I answer it this time because I remember this one. And it was a cold day. So it was like, oh, yeah? Then why is he wearing a leather jacket and you're wearing a green vest? And that's exactly what we're wearing. I was like, again, my face just went fucking white, and I told Justice what he said, and he was just like, all right, this isn't fun anymore. I was like, dude, this stopped being fun after the Amano thing. So now, right next, the phone booth is on the side of Star Mart, and right next to it is a wooden gate. So I was like, that's it. Done. We're leaving. He's like, all right. So as we're walking, I to this day, I swear on my life that I saw it. I see like this, like, maybe like I don't want to say cape, because that sounds fucking retarded, but I see like this cloth of some sort just kind of like run past the fucking gate. And I stopped Justice, and I was like, did you see that? And he was like, no. I was like, dude, somebody ran past that fucking gate. He's like, are you for real? I was like, I swear to God, somebody's over there. He was like, let's go look. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, let's go look. I was like, but let's grab something. So there's like a old barrel behind the fucking Star Mart. So I grabbed like this metal rod, and he grabbed something. I don't even remember what the fuck it was he grabbed. So we walk up to the fence, and we just kind of peek behind it and shit. See what's behind there? Nothing. Nobody was there. Now we're just like, but if this was anybody else, the story would have been ended by now. What do? We stand by the fucking payphone again. At this point, it's just like, why are we still standing here? This is like, if this were a horror movie, they're screaming at the TV screen, like, why are you still standing there? Like, we should have been long gone. We almost did leave, but our curiosity got the better of us. So, we go back to the phone, it rings again. And, who was it that answered? I think Justice took this one. Justice took this one. Yeah, Justice took this one, and it was along the lines of just like, I can still see you and shit. So, and Justice was like, fuck this. Phone ring right after that. I pick it up. And it was just like, I'm waiting. Where did he say he was waiting? Can't remember where he said he was waiting, but he was like, I'm waiting here. If you want me, come get me. Bring whatever you want. So he saw us grab whatever fuck we grabbed out of that barrel. And I told Justin, I was like, he just said he's here. Bring whatever we want. I said we go fucking get him. Show him, fuck, 2 against 1. And he was like, how do you know it's 1? I was like, good point. So I was like, fuck it, let's go. Because it was like close by to that fence. I know, I do remember that. Oh yeah, that's right. There was a shed by the fence. He said it was by the shed. That's what it was. I was like, I say we fucking go. And he was like, all right, fuck it, we had nothing better to do. So I grabbed the metal rod again. I grabbed whatever fuck he had, or he grabs whatever he had. And we walk up the fence. We look around the fence again. Nothing's there. Then we go behind the shed. We like case the shed, so to speak. Nobody's there. So now we know somebody can A, see us, but B, they're also fucking with us. Because they weren't there waiting for us. So, again, by this point, you would think, like, oh, you guys are just going to leave now, right? No, I looked right back to that phone booth, So we walk over to the phone booth. Rings again. I answer it. And, again, Again, I remember this event very vividly, but I don't remember all the verbiage except for this is what happens when you don't leave a tip at Amano's. But this one was more along the lines of like, if you want this to stop, tell your friend to walk across the street to Variety Pickup, leave his jacket on the propane tanks, and walk back. So I hang up, told Justice what was up, and Justice looked at me and was just like, you're out of your mind. This is a $200 jacket. And I was just like, I was like, you know what? Let's swindle the bitch. I'll do it. I'm wearing like a fucking $12 vest from like fucking Walmart. But I was like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to walk over there, fucking lay it down, and just wait. Because maybe the person will show up. And now, again, Variety Pickup was a piece of shit gas station. We never went in there. It was rare we went in there. When we did, we were always, unsatisfied. That's why we always went to Star Mart, So, and Justin's like, you sure? And I was like, yeah. I mean, come on. You're not going to fucking do it. That's a fucking $200 jacket you're wearing. Leather jacket. Fuck. I'll go over there. I'm wearing a $12 vest. I can just go get another one if something happens to it. Because I loved my vest. I wore my vest fucking everywhere. It'd be like fucking 20 degrees. I'm wearing my fucking vest. It's sleeveless. I'm wearing a vest, So I walk over. I cross the street to the Variety Pickup. I go to the propane tanks outside, on, zip the vest, take it off. I lay it on the propane tanks, and I sit there and wait. And I'm waiting. And I'm looking at Justice. I'm seeing if the phone's ringing and shit. I'm seeing if he's on the phone. He's just standing there waiting. He's kind of looking at the phone, waiting for it to ring and shit. This is where shit gets really fucking weird too. Man, this is where we called it fucking quits. We were done right here. I'll tell you that much right now. So I'm standing there waiting and shit. And I think Justice does get a phone call because I think it was along the lines of like, I told you to come across the street and leave your jacket. And Justice told him like, no, you ain't getting my fucking jacket. Fuck you. This is when Justice is fucking at it. Fun time's over with him. He found it somewhat humorous in a way, but like at this point when they were just like, oh, come over and leave your jacket. He was like, fuck you. You ain't getting shit. So I think that was the last phone call over there that we got. So this is where another fucking twist happened. This is when shit gets scary. Okay. For me anyway. So I'm standing there, I'm just waiting for something to happen. Vest laying on the fucking propane tanks and shit. All of a sudden, there's a gentleman who works at the fucking Variety Pickup. There was always like two guys who worked there, and again, we barely went in there, so it's not like we knew him that much or anything. And there was a white guy and a black guy. Black guy comes out and he's on his cordless phone for the fucking store and shit. And he comes out and he says, "Hey, you." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You waiting for somebody?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was just like, "William?" He actually said my last name too. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, 123 Fake Street, right? He actually said my real address. And I was like, that's it. Game's over. Picked up my fucking vest and I fucking left. I walked across the street and I was just like, that dude knows my name and address. We're getting the fuck out of here. He was like, are you for real? I was like, he came out on the phone and said fucking 123 Fake Street and my full name. We need to get the fuck out of here. Game is over. That's it. Fun time is fucking over. And he agreed. He was like, yeah, let's fucking go. Okay, so we fucking leave, right? You would think the story ends here. Like, oh, okay, we left the phone booth and fucking shit's over. No. Well, there's one more thing that happened and then that's pretty much it. So we're walking home. We walk all the way in, and then we have like a set of railroad tracks. So we kind of make a left, and we're walking down the tracks. All of a sudden, a fucking car comes up behind us. I'm like, I was like David Spade in Black Sheep, man. I was like, something tells me I just want this car to keep going. It stops, and it was like, hey guys, what's up? And it was the fucking black guy from Variety Pickup, and we're just like, hey, and he was just like, you guys need to ride somewhere? Me and Jess just looked at each other. No. I live very close by, so I can just walk home, even though the fucker had my address, so it's not like it was a secret at that point. He was like, oh, what was going on with the phone and everything? And we're just like, yeah, so, they kind of knew some stuff about us and such like that. He was like, okay, you sure you guys don't need a ride? No, we're good. Okay. And he took off and left again. And I was like, this is fucking weird. right? And I don't know if this was just serendipitous or something like that. So we get to the tracks and we make a right over the tracks, and now we're like on a straight shot to my house. We literally get like one house before mine, and we're talking like, you think we should call the cops? And he's like, I don't know, dude. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Woo! Cop car comes up behind us. I was like, no fucking way. So we waved down the cop car, you know. So I told him, we kind of told him the gist of everything that just happened. We're like, yeah, this, and this happened. Then the fucking car came up behind us, and this, and you know, and he was just like, okay. All right, he was just like, okay, just don't go near that phone for a while, and we're going to go up there and take a look at it. It's like, all right. And from that, we never really heard from it again, you know? There was one person that claimed that he did it, but it just never really seemed... It seemed like one of those things that he was just taking claim for just to fuck with me, you know? Because, I mean, like, I've told the story to people at this point, so it just seemed like he was taking claim for it just so he could be like, yeah, let me fuck with him some more, you know? And then what was really weird is that 2 years after this, the movie Phone Booth came out with Colin Farrell, and there was a lot of similarities with that. You know, I was like, wow, this is really familiar. When I watched that movie, I was like, I mean, it's a different scale, but like, I'm like, man, this is really familiar, you know? But yeah, that's the Phone Booth story, and me and Justin were legitimately creeped out by that. I mean, like I said, some of it we thought was Eric, and we even called Eric on it. I mean, we're just like, were you fucking with us at the phone booth? He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, don't fuck with us, man. Do you know the number to the phone booth at Star Mart? Were you calling us and messing with us? He was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And we're just like, okay, this is fucking, you know, shit just got a little too real for us there. And our little small bitch town there, shit got a little too real for us right there, you know? But it was a really weird time, and, you know, the one person that claimed they did it, you know, I told Justice about it. I was like, you know, this person claims that they did it, and we're still not even sure. So to this day, we're still not even sure who the fuck, you know, fucked with us on that phone, you know? But we know for a fact that somehow they knew we went to, and now let me, I know what you're thinking. Oh, somebody probably overheard you at the restaurant, and they decided to fuck with you the next day. Probably saw you at the phone booth, decided to fuck with you. The restaurant was empty that night. It was just me and him. Because we went there like, I don't know, half an hour before close. So it couldn't have been that. It couldn't have been like, oh, well, somebody overheard you at the restaurant and maybe they saw you and decided to fuck with you. No, wasn't that. Because it was like a half an hour before close, and we got in there just in time because we were hungry that night, and we were just like, fuck, let's walk up to Amano's real quick because we wanted pizza, and we didn't want to get Domino's, you know? So, I mean, anybody's guess is as good as ours. I mean, it was a very weird thing, you know? I kind of want to sue 20th Century Fox for making Phone Booth, you know? Because I was just like, hey, wait a minute. There's a lot of similarities in that story, you know? But yeah, there you go. That's the phone booth story here for story time. So that's it for this week. So yeah, just remember, Venmo, PayPal in the description if you want to donate a little bit of scratch. Help me out. Help me build the channel a little bit more. That'd be fantastic. But if you don't want to do that, if you want me to unbox something, you know, Pop-Tarts or a movie or something like that, there is the Amazon wish list down below. There's some items in there that you could send or some shit like that, or it could pop up in a video, something like that. That's down there too. It's set up to ship directly to me. You don't have to ask me for my address or anything. It'll ship directly to me if you buy it. And if you don't want to do any of that bullshit, just come on over to the YouTuber-friendly Facebook page. I say YouTuber-friendly because that's for YouTubers only. Don't come to my personal page and bother me. But that's for the YouTubers and shit like that. So I will see you guys again for Friday Night Live. Hopefully, remember, live every Friday night. So set your clocks, set your alarm clocks, set your bells, whatever the fuck you need to set to remember. Because that's why we did Sunday this week, because nobody showed up Friday. You know, so remember, Friday Night Live, and I will see you guys there. So until next time, I am the Artist Version 1, and guess what? I'm out.